What if I told you the biggest threat to your team isn't burnout or turnover or even competition? It's something quieter, something you can't see on a dashboard. Most teams fail for one reason: they think they're aligned, and they're not. Leaders believe the message is clear, teams believe they understand it, and both sides are wrong. Today, we pull apart the silent gap that kills performance, the gap between what leaders think they've communicated and what people actually hear. This is The Brief, a contract podcast short where we take the big conversations about leadership and work, we distill them for you into manageable chunks, and then we deliver them to you in the time it takes for you to finish your coffee. I'm Toni Jackson. Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful and most overlooked drivers of team performance. It's clarity. Not charisma, not strategy, but clarity. Because when leaders are clear, their teams move faster, they trust deeply, and they just perform better. And when leaders aren't clear, everything slows down, including forward-moving actions and ultimate goal achievement. The very best thought and operational leaders, they knew this. They reached the same conclusion. Patrick Lencioni, in his book, The Advantage, argues that organizational health is the greatest competitive advantage. And at the center of organizational health is clarity. Clarity of purpose, clarity of priorities, clarity of behavior. Indra Nooyi, the former CEO of PepsiCo, put it bluntly: leadership is all about clarity. She believed people could handle tough goals, tough markets, even tough bosses, but what they couldn't handle was confusion. When leaders don't provide clarity, teams fill up the gaps with assumptions, and assumptions can be quite expensive. They drain energy, they can create friction, and they can definitely erode trust. Quite frankly, incorrect assumptions can result in a big old waste of time. It's been said that a manager's output is equal to the output of the team, and the fastest way to increase the output is to eliminate ambiguity. With that, unclear goals are certainly one of the biggest sources of wasted effort inside organizations. Jim Collins reinforced this in Good to Great. The companies that actually made the leap weren't those with the flashiest strategies. They were actually the ones with the most disciplined clarity. The hedgehog concept is essentially a clarity filter. What can we be best at? What drives our economic engine? And what are we deeply passionate about? Everything else is just pure noise. Mechanisms are simply clarity operationalized, clear processes, clear expectations, and clear accountability. So, here's the part leaders underestimate. Clarity isn't just a communication skill, it's a courage skill. It takes courage to say, this is our direction. It takes courage to also say, these 5 things matter, and the rest just don't. It takes courage to repeat the same message long after you're tired of hearing yourself say it even. Have you ever been willing to be uncomfortably clear? Anne Mulcahy, who led Xerox through one of the biggest turnarounds in our corporate history, did. She believed that clarity of purpose and clarity of values keep you honest as a leader. So, what does clarity look like when it's actually exhibited by a team? Well, it's reflected and manifested in clear priorities. Perhaps not 10, maybe not even 7, maybe 3 or 4 priorities. It's clear roles. Everyone knows what they own, and as importantly, they know what they don't own. It's clear language, no jargons and slogans, and little corporate speak if possible. It's clear feedback. It's provided frequently via direct and professional tones. And lastly, it's clear decisions. It's outlined actions, those to be taken even when the decision is inaction, as in, we're not going to do that. Research reported in the Journal of Applied Psychology found that role clarity is one of the strongest predictors of engagement and performance. When people possess clarity on what success looks like, they're far more likely to achieve it. So in closing, clarity isn't glamorous. It may be tedious at times to achieve, but it transforms teams. It accelerates execution. It builds trust. Great leaders just don't inspire, they illuminate. They remove the fog so people can see the path forward and walk in it with confidence. Leaders inspire and confidently reinforce team goals, activities, and outcomes rooted in the actual business reality, even when it takes a bit of courage to traverse murky waters. So think about this. Clarity is actually the elixir most often needed to ensure that all team members can see their swim lane. Join us next time for another episode of The Brief as we continue to explore the human resource competencies necessary to build and sustain effective organizations. Also, be sure to follow the Contract Podcast. You can find us on Instagram, on YouTube, and at our website on thecontractpodcast.com. Thanks for tuning in.